Hi, welcome to Class 9 Geography, Chapter 2, Physical Features of India. Dear friends, in continuation to my earlier class, I would like to revise on some of the topics which we read in the previous class. We read about the different physiographical features, how the formation of these physiographical features. In fact, one feature we discussed about the great Himalayas, its formation we discussed. So in view of that, to remind, I would like to focus on some of the other factors also which resulted in the formation of this great Himalayan belt. You should also know that earlier, millions of years ago, whole planet Earth was a single mass, a single continent, which was known as Pangaea. And millions of years ago, it divided into two parts. The upper part was known as Eurasia, the Eurasian land, and the lower one was Gondwana land. And these different continents, they split out from one single mass, which I said was known as Pangaea. And our continent is the part of this Gondwana land, which is supposed to be the oldest landmass, developed millions of years ago. And the convectional currents split this landmass into number of pieces, and which are moving from one part to another part, and the movement is very slow. The Himalayan formation, as I discussed earlier, was the result of this movement which took place between the Indo-Australian plate and the Eurasian plate. The Indo-Australian plate, it shifted from here, this part, and the Indo-Australian plate, it moved from this part. I would like to put more focus on this. If you see, this was the Eurasian plate, and movement from here, this was Indo-Australian plate, which I discussed, resulted in the formation of the Great Himalayas. And subsequently, the other physiographical features of India, like the great northern plains of India, developed over here, which I will be discussing in this coming chapter, the formation of the northern plains took place. All this I will discuss today. But you have to keep in your mind first how the formation of the great Himalayas took place. So, the convectional currents, you can say, shifted this plate, Indian plate, and the Eurasian plate, and this movement also I discussed, convectional movement, which resulted in the formation of these great Himalayas. Today we will discuss on the formation of northern plains. Now, you know when the Himalayas were formed, you can see from here, this is a long stretch of great Himalayas which is around 2,400 kilometers from north to eastern part of the country, and the width varies in the northern part from Jammu and Kashmir to 400 kilometers and up to 150 kilometers here on the eastern part. And this loftiest, magnificent great Himalayas, they were formed. Today we will discuss the different divisions of this great Himalayas. We can divide this stretch of 2,400 kilometers in three parts so that you understand the things properly. That how the greater Himalayas, the lesser Himalayas, and the Shivaliks mountain system, which you will read in your chapter, are developed, and along from the greater Himalayas, when you come down toward the lesser Himalaya, the different regions which come under this, till the Shivaliks. This is the lower part, the Shivaliks. The upper part is the great Himalayas, which is full of snow. So to understand this division properly, I have drawn a cross section for you. You can see this part, the great, I have developed a cross section so that you can understand the division of the great Himalayas properly. The first part is the greater Himalaya. This is the longitudinal stretch, and the height of these mountains over here, the peaks over here, is around up to 6,000 meters or above. And the next division is known as the Himachal or Lesser Himalaya. The altitude ranges between 3,700 to 4,500 kilometers, and the width is around 10 to 50 kilometers of these mountains. Similarly, we have the Shivalik mountains where the height is low, and the average height of these mountains is around 900 to 1100 meters. The greater Himalayas are the loftiest peak You can see, if you see the map over here, we have the Karakoram range, we have the Dholadar, Pir Panjal range, and some of the highest mountains like Mount Everest, Kanchenjunga, K2, Nanda Devi in Uttarakhand, they all are presented here in the Greater Himalaya section, and they are the magnificent and loftiest peaks. Then we come to the Himachal or Lesser Himalayas. These, as I have discussed, it ranges between 3000 to 4000 meters, and some of the important places in these peaks, which are very prominent one, these ranges are famous valleys of Kashmir Valley we have, then we have the Kullu Valley of Himachal Pradesh, then we have the other hill stations which are very famous. All they are in this section of Himachal or Lesser Himalaya. These ranges of Himachal or Lesser Himalaya are on the south of the Himadri. You can call this Greater Himalaya as Himadri also. Now, what does this term Himadri means? Himadri, him means snow, and Adri means the place which is full of snow, the region. So we even call it as the Great Himalayas are also known as Himadri because they are full of snow. Coming to Himachal Himalayas, as I discussed, some of the beautiful hill tourist places are located over here. You have the Shimla, you have in Himachal Pradesh various other valleys, some part of Uttarakhand also, which are very famous hill stations of the country. Then we come to the outermost range of this Himalaya, which is known as Siwalis. They extend over a width of 10 to 50 kilometers. 10 to 50 kilometers. And altitude ranges from 900 to 1100 meters. The height of these mountains in comparison to the Lesser Himalaya and the Great Himalaya is less. The mountain system over here has less height. These ranges are composed of unconsolidated sediments. This part of the Siwalis, the lower parts of the Siwalis, here, they are composed of unconsolidated material, loose material, which unconsolidated material means which contains pebbles, sand, silt. It is very interesting. When I was in, I would like to say one example with you. I was in Dehradun. So I visited the peaks over here while going to Mussoorie. It was very interesting to see when we climbed one mountain over there, one hill. Surprisingly, I saw sand, silt and pebbles at the top of the mountain. So how it is possible? The question came to my mind. Why this sand, silt and the pebbles which are found on the river beds are found at the top of the mountain. What does this say? It means that the Shivalik mountain system must be underwater millions of years ago. And as we discussed in the earlier chapter, that these mountain systems have evolved due to the movement of the plates from here, from the northern Eurasian plate, and the plate moving from the here, and the sea which was present over here, Tethys Sea. The land surface came up and developed in the form of the mountain system, the Himalayan mountain system. So it means that the evidences which we found over here in the Shivalik mountain system, this shows that these mountain system must be underwater millions of years ago. Similarly, other evidences of fossils of fish, sea animals, their remains, the rock type which is found under the rivers or under the sea are found at the top of the mountains, which is a clear evidence that this mountain system must be underwater millions of years ago. So after this we have the foothill regions after the Shivaliks, and then we have the plain area, Bhapar and Tarai, which we will discuss in the northern plains topic when we will discuss upon it. So I hope you must have understood this cross section where the greater Himalayas up to the height of 6,000 meters, average height of the mountains, and to the south we have the Himachal or the lesser Himalaya. The average height is around 3,700 to 4,500 meters, and the width is around 10 to 50 kilometers. And then we have the Shivalik. Same you can understand over here also. That how the upper part, which is full of snow, as I discussed, is known as Himadri, is known as the Greater Himalaya. Then next part towards the south is your Himachal Himalayas, and then the low-lying hills are known as the Shivaliks. So these are some of the divisions of the Greater Himalayas. The altitude and variations we have discussed. Longitudinal extent we have seen. Now, besides the longitudinal division, the Himalayas have been divided on the basis of the regions from west to east also. From west to east. From this part to this part. Now, this part is known as the Punjab Himalaya. The first part you can call it about the Indus or Satluj Basin part. And then we have the Punjab Himalaya. Then usually known as Kashmir or Himachal Himalayas. Then we have the part of Himalayas lying between Satluj and Kali River, which is known as the Kumaon Himalayas and Garhwal Himalayas. We are here now in Kumaon Himalayas. Uttarakhand can be divided into two regions, Kumaon Himalayas and the Garhwal Himalayas. So all these are the divisions on the basis of the directions, on the basis of the demarcated by the river valleys also. There are regional names also in these broad categories. You should know and try to find it out what are the regional names of other Himalayan parts, like the regional name of Uttarakhand. We discussed the Kumaon and Garhwal Himalayas. I give you the example. In the same way, the other parts also are divided and are named with some local names, regional names. You should try to know that. And this Brahmaputra river also demarcate the eastern Himalayan division, and this is known as the Purvachal, the regional name, Purvachal, mountains of the east. These hills running through the northeastern states are mostly composed of strong sandstones. The characteristics of the main characteristics of this area is that it consists of sandstones, which are sedimentary rocks. Covered with dense forests, they mostly run as parallel ranges and valleys. So they run as parallel ranges and valleys. And the Purvachal comprises of various important hills like Patkai Hills, the Naga Hills, Manipur Hills, and the Mizo Hills. All these are on the northeastern part of the country, this area. These are the Purvachal Hills. And this is the Jammu and Kashmir Himalayas. This is your Himachal Himalayas. Below that we have the Uttarakhand, which is demarcated as regionally Kumaon Himalayas and Garhwal Himalayas. So friends, hope you must have understood these divisions of the Himalayas, and remember it that the whole long stretch of 2,400 kilometers from north to the eastern part is around 400 in Jammu and Kashmir kilometer in width and 150 over here in the eastern part of the country. So this was about the Himalayan mountains. We discussed earlier the formation, and we discussed right now about the different divisions of the Himalayas. Now next we will come up to the northern plains. Now these northern plains we will discuss about the northern plains too. First, we should know how the formation of these northern plains have taken place. Now, this is the area of northern plains. This is the area of the northern plains. Now, how does the formation took place? First, to understand more about the northern plains, you should know how the formation took place. To understand that, a rough map I will draw. Now, this is a rough map of the country. Now, you know that this is the Greater Himalayas. And formation you have understood. If you have understood the formation of Great Himalayas, you can understand the formation of the northern plains. This is the northern plains. the formation of the Great Himalayas took place during the same time from the Deccan part and from the mountainous areas. Due to erosion, transportation and deposition, three processes took place over here which are very important: erosion, transportation and deposition. This resulted, erosion, transportation and deposition resulted in the formation of, because the shallow land was developed here during the formation of Himalayas, all this material, silt, sand, minerals, rocks, all they deposited over here, which gave rise to the one of the most fertile land of the world. As it was a shallow topography with lot of depression, minerals, materials from this side, from the Deccan part and from the mountainous areas, all they deposited over here, which gave rise to one of the most fertile land, as I said, of the world, which is known as the northern plains of India. Now, as you have understood, the northern plains, this is the northern plains, and these northern plains, we have understood the formation. Now we will discuss the other characteristics of these northern plains. Here on this map, you can see the long stretch of this fertile area, right from the Punjab, Himachal Pradesh, some parts of Uttarakhand, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, all these areas, they are important part of this northern plains which are full of alluvial soil. Now, the northern plains have been formed by, as I discussed, the three major river systems. This we have to keep in mind, as I discussed: erosion, transportation and deposition, these processes. Now, which river resulted in the erosion, transportation and deposition? These are the three rivers of our country: the Brahmaputra river, the river Ganga and the river Indus. And it is the interplay work of this river that these fertile lands of the northern plains of India has developed. The deposition of alluvium in a vast basin line at the foothills of the Himalayas over millions of years. So this process took place. It is a result of millions of years. It was not done in a day or two. It took millions of years. And in the same way, processes, geomorphological processes, changes the landscape. Where you have mountains, there might be plain areas, or plain areas may convert into the hills or coastal areas. So all these are morphological processes which are taking place slowly. It takes millions of years. So this fertile plain spreads around 7 lakh square kilometer and 240 to 320 kilometer broad. 240 to 320 in some parts it is in width. With a rich populated physiographical division. with a rich soil cover. This is very densely populated region. Now, this question can come to your mind that why this Uttar Pradesh, the northern plains, which consist of your other areas also, are one of the most fertile areas of the world and densely populated also. Why it is densely populated? The plain areas. Because of the available resources. The soil is one of the important. Alluvial soil, which is found here. And this alluvial soil is the result of erosion, transportation and deposition from the hills, from the mountains. And going further, it also has favorable climatic conditions, which also is one of the important factor of dense population in the region. These northern plains are densely populated because of the fertile, rich, mineral-rich soil and the favorable climatic conditions. And therefore, it is agriculturally a very productive part of our country. Very productive part because of the alluvial rich soil present in this area. And all these rivers which are coming, River Ganga, River Indus and the Brahmaputra, they are active in depositional work. Today also, this process is erosion, transportation and deposition is in progress today also. Due to that, the northern plains still is one of the fertile land of the world. And it supports whole nation with food, fodder, and various other agricultural products. Now these rivers, when they travel toward the lower slopes, you can divide these rivers, your river Indus, Ganga and Brahmaputra, into various channels. Now this is very important to know that how the depositional works takes place and when a river flows, what are the different stages of rivers. Very important. See, when the river starts from the origin point, from the mountains, you can understand it properly with the help of this cross-section diagram. These are the rivers with different tributaries. And at the end, what happens? The same can be understood over here. Now, the rivers doesn't become a large river from the starting point, from where it originates. The contribution of several streams or tributaries is important. So it is joined by various tributaries. These small streams which provide water to this single river system. For example, let's say it is River Ganga. And it provides water to this main stream. And river, after flowing through different stages, you can divide the river into different stages. Stage 1, stage 2 and stage 3. Coming to the the speed of the river is very less. It dies, you can say. That is why rivers are called, we can associate the river with the life of a human being. Like we have different stages. The young stage, the youth stage, and the old stage of the human being. In the same way, the river also has different stages. The first stage from where the river originates, this is known as the source of the river, and where it ends, this is the mouth of the river, where it meets the sea. So while flowing from these stages, the work of river is different. In first stage, the speed of the river is more, so it develops different types of topography. It can be waterfalls, gorges, ice valleys. While coming to second stage, when the speed of the water, velocity of water becomes less, you can see U-shaped valley, V-shaped valley. All these are developed, and when it comes at the end, it forms delta over here, and various other features are also developed. So this is important to know that the starting point where the subtle stream joins a main river, this is known as tributaries, and at the end again it is divided into various parts. This is known as distributaries. Where it ends, again it is divided into several parts, and finally it goes the sea. So this is these small streams at the end of the river. These are known as distributaries. The Ganga plain extends between Ghagar and Tista river, spans over the states of northern India. So whole this river stretches, you can see when you read in your textbook, you will go through various rivers which has been mentioned in the chapter. The river flowing from the east part, Brahmaputra, its tributaries, the Ganga and its tributaries, river Indus, you have the tributaries of river Indus, the Chenab, Satluj, Ravi, Jhelum. These are the different tributaries which have developed the mainland of Punjab, which is also one of the fertile land. Now Punjab, it has got its name by the 5 rivers only. Punjab, land of 5 rivers. So that also you should keep in your mind. Now these, while flowing to different regions, these rivers makes doabs and dunes. Like we have Dehradun, Kotla Dune, and many more. Now one very important thing about the rivers when they flow in the plain areas, which you should know, the three important river systems, all river Ganga, river Brahmaputra and Indus, when they flow, they deposit the soil along the river beds, along the river sides, and these rivers are very fertile. Materials they are depositing on the land surface of the riverbeds, the new deposition of the soil near the riverbeds, this is known as khadar. Why we are discussing this? So that we can understand how the fertile soil has been developed in these areas, northern plain areas, and the soil which is developed far from the riverbeds. This one, this is known as bhangar. So khadar is new deposition, fertile, contains silt, fine particles, whereas bhangar is old deposition, contains pebbles and less fertile. This is very important to know. That bhangar is less fertile soil which is deposited far from the river. In layers it is developed, and whereas khadar soil is developed every year during the floods when new silt deposition, new sand is deposited on the river bed, the khadar is developed. So this you should know so that you can understand how these northern plains have become the most fertile land of the world. In relation to this, with the local names, you must have understood that when the river flows from the mountains, it enters the plain. Now these plains can further be divided into parts. One very important part is your bhabar, and another important part is your tarai. Bhabar belt and tarai belt. All the river streams which flows from the mountains, they disappear in the Bhabar belt and they emerge out in Tarai. So the rivers, after descending from the mountain, deposit pebbles and a narrow belt of about 8 to 16 kilometers. So the width over here is 8 to 16 kilometers of the Bhabar belt I am talking about. It is the rivers by flowing from the mountains, they deposit the silt in the Bhabar belt around 8 to 16 kilometers in width, and all the streams disappear in this bed. These streams, all these streams of water disappear. So it doesn't mean that Bhabar doesn't have more water or less water. Although it is the foothill regions, so it is rich in fertility, moisture is there. This is also good for the agriculture. Then we talk about the Tarai area. In the Tarai area, the land which is far from the Bhabar, this is a wet, swampy and marshy area, rich with water, with moisture, good for the cultivation. So locally, you must have discussed with your parents. Your parents must have sometimes shared these names with you, these local names, that my home is at Bhabar area, we live in the Tarai area. So this is the Bhabar, meaning of Bhabar and Tarai area. The land after the foothills is known as the Bhabar. up to 8 to 16 kilometer. The land after the Bhabar, that is known as the Tarai. In Bhabar, the streams they disappear, whereas in the streams they re-emerge in the Tarai area, which make it swampy, marshy area and with lot of water, so good for the cultivation of crops. So all this we have discussed the different types of mountain system. Today we have discussed. We have discussed the formation of Greater Himalayas. We have discussed how these plains have been developed. Plain area also we discuss about the Bhabar and Tarai. We discuss about the Khadar and the Bhanga soil which has been developed, how they are developed, how much important they are, how much fertile they are, the local name of the plain areas, which your parents, you must have heard about it, must have told you, the Bhabar, Tarai, where you live in. So, all this we have discussed today, which you have to keep in your mind. Now, why we are discussing these formations? The question comes to your mind, like why we have added this chapter in geography. You can ask this question. That's all. Why? What is the need to study about the formation of Himalayas, to study about the formation of the northern plains of India? What is the need? So all these are very important because you should know your roots, from where you come, how the crops grow, the area where you live, what it is known as, whether it is a Tarai area, whether it is a Bhabar area, why the land area here in the northern plains have become fertile. The peoples who are living over here, the land is very fertile, they know. So how it has become very fertile. So all this we have understood today. Hope you will remember it and keep revising your chapter also. In the next class, we will discuss about the formation of the Deccan Plain, the Deccan Plateau. In continuation with this chapter, with this topic, in the coming lesson, we will be discussing about the formation of the Deccan Plateau, the division of these plateaus, how they have been formed, why they are mineral-rich areas, and other characteristics, divisions also of the Deccan part of our country. Thank you. Hope you must have enjoyed. Thank you.